Hi everyone, today I'm going to talk more about my CP and how I live with it, and just what it is, what the kind I have is in my own words. So yeah, the kind of CP that I have is called spastic diplegia, cerebral palsy, mild. Basically, cerebral spastic diplegia refers to a type of CP that is a neuromuscular condition of hypertonia and spasticity of the muscles of the lower extremities, like the hips and the pelvis and the legs. And CP usually occurs in the womb and right after birth, but mine happened right after birth, I believe, when I wasn't able to get enough oxygen to my brain. So what it is it caused a little bit of a brain injury. So just a tiny part of my brain has brain injury, and that part affects my legs, my hips, and my pelvis. But I don't think it really affects my pelvis. I think it just affects my legs and my hips and sometimes my hands. But but according to some research that I have done, it says that kids with spastic diplegia are less involved. Most children with spastic diplegia and spasticity have difficulty with balance and coordination, which I do. Delayed muscle growth and spasticity cause their leg muscles tend to be short, and as a result the joints become stiff and the range of motion can decrease as the child grows, which has happened with me. The feet and the ankles present more problems than the knees, and the hips may become dislocated, which I have a lot of problems with my knees too. Like, I get bursitis in them a lot because I fall a lot due to my balance and my coordination. Like I said in my other video, I was diagnosed when I was 2 years old, but I've had it my entire life. And I'm lucky to have the type that I do. As, cliche as that may sound, because I'm allowed to do the things that I want to do. I just have to do them in a different way, and it may take me longer to do them, but I do them. Like, nothing stops me from doing what I want to do. Yeah. And I have had 13 surgeries. I have problems with my eyes, and I've had probably 3 or 4 eye surgeries due to the effects of my lazy eye. when I was a year old, and I've had back surgery when I was 3. I just turned 3. Which that surgery really, like I said, gave me quality of life. It saved my life. Like, you know what I mean by save my life. It gave me quality of life that I would have never had if I didn't have the surgery. That's what I mean by save my life. And I have had 2 leg surgeries. I have had 2 leg surgeries, and a tonsil surgery, which was not connected to my CP. See, I forget all the surgeries I've had, but I know I've had a lot. But the 2 leg surgeries, 1 leg surgery that I had in 2005, my foot was turning on its side. So it's either I had the surgery or I would have lost my foot. It would have broken in half. Right at the bend of my foot, it would have broken in half, and I wouldn't have my foot. And I had to have it done on both feet because the doctor said that Dr. Rich at Shriners Hospital at St. Louis said that if I didn't have that surgery on the other foot, that it would have done the same thing because it was showing the characteristics of, doing the same thing that my other foot had done. But when I had the surgery, it was I'm trying to remember the date. It was February 21st, I believe. Yeah, February 21st. And right when we got to the hospital, they took me right back. They gave me, the medicine that makes me loopy, and I saw zebras on the walls. I saw elephants. I saw a whole safari. But anyways, they asked me, what color casts I want, and I say cast because I had to have 2. And I said purple because purple is my favorite color. And yeah. But when the surgery was over, I woke up and I was in the recovery room, and I noticed that my legs were really, 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 really heavy. And I asked my mom if everything was okay, if everything turned out okay, and I asked her why my legs were so heavy. And she said, your surgery went fine, and you have casts all the way up to your hips. And all I remember was crying, and because I knew that I wouldn't be able to walk for about 6 weeks, so that I would have to use a wheelchair, and it was just, and not to mention I was in major pain. Like, with my CP, this is another thing I have that I forgot to mention, I have severe muscle spasms at times and Charlie horses. But when I was in the hospital for 2 days, all I remember was I had these really, really bad muscle spasms. Really, really bad muscle spasms where the cast that I had on my feet would basically raise up due to the muscle spasms that I was having. Because my muscles got cut in half, and it was bad. And there's not much I remember from that from that time, but I do remember being in pain and, not being able to walk for 6 weeks. But for me it was longer because the recovery was so bad for me. But you know what, I would do it all over again if it meant that, I would have the same outcome that I did. All the surgeries I would do over again. And I know that sounds really messed up, but I would, because all surgeries that I have had, all 13 of them, gave me a better quality of life. Even the ones that weren't connected to my CP, they did. They gave me a better quality of life. And I'm just happy. I'm happy to be alive. I'm happy to, have the life that I have. And many people say that, having CP is a curse. But I look at it as a blessing because I get to help people, whether it's through YouTube or, talking to people. And it makes me look at people in a different light. So that's what I hope I can get across to you guys. And so, if you guys like my videos, give them a thumbs up or comment me if you have any questions. I will put the ways you can contact me in the description box below. And I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and God bless.
Tracy said you watch Brady.